Hi everyone and welcome back to a fun-filled, action-packed edition of Weather for Weather Geeks here on the 22nd day of March, 2018. We had a chilly but good-looking day today, and quite a bit of snow meltage occurred, and you can really see that on this visible satellite loop, high-res GOES 16 visible satellite here. Really cool to check out on a day after it snows if the sun is out and there's not many clouds around. It's really cool to check out the snow cover and the difference in the snow cover from this morning through this afternoon. With that strong March sun angle beating down on that snowpack, it doesn't stand a chance. And I think our ground's going to be bare probably by Saturday, even though, you know, it's going to be in the teens tonight and probably only about 36 tomorrow. You know, sun angle makes all the difference in the world at this time of the year. All right, with 5.2 inches worth of snow yesterday with our storm at the airport, it was the 9th snowiest spring day on record in Youngstown. Some of you may remember back in 1987, a couple of storms early in the spring, a couple of doozies, and boy, a long time ago, but this is pretty impressive here. May 9th, 1966, 5.4 inches of snow on May 9th. I'm glad I wasn't around then. I would not be a popular guy. So yeah, the 9th snowiest spring day on record here in the Youngstown area. Get my head out of the way again for this graphic. So far this year, we've had 73.5 inches worth of snow at the Youngstown Warren Airport. That puts us above last year's final tally, which was about 69 inches. We're not quite at the level we were in the winters of 2012 to 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, but we're close, and again, I wouldn't want to rule out a little more accumulating snow before the season is through. I don't think any's coming through the end of March, unless we get some at the very last minute next weekend. But early April looks pretty chilly. I'm going to show you that in just a second. But look how the snowier than average winters outnumber the relatively snow-free winters dating back to the winter of 2002-2003. Part of this, I think, is legitimate. Part of it, I'm a little suspicious of some of the measurements at the Youngstown Warren Airport. You look around at some of the other data at Canton, Akron, and Cleveland, and Pittsburgh, and Erie, and a lot of nearby places, and the trend is not nearly as pronounced in those locations as it is at our airport in Vienna, with the trend towards dramatically snowier winters over the last 15, 16 years. All right, you may have seen a 22-degree halo up there this afternoon with a thin layer of high clouds comprised mostly of ice crystals. The incoming sunlight is then refracted by those little tiny ice crystals at a 22-degree angle that surrounds the sun. You get a nice 22-degree halo around the sun. So thanks to a couple of people who pointed that out to me today. Our weather tomorrow will be kind of similar to today, maybe a little bit cloudier. Probably a fairly sunny start, but I think a little trough is going to swing through the eastern lakes tomorrow and pull down some clouds. And maybe there's even a stray flurry up towards Erie tomorrow. I don't think we see anything in our viewing area, but we'll call it a mix of sun and clouds for Friday. And that's a chilly northwest wind tomorrow. I mean, today's high was 37. That's the ballpark, or that's the neighborhood, I should say, we'll be in again tomorrow. Quick moving but potent little system coming out of the upper Midwest, moving through the lower Ohio Valley during the start of the weekend. A relatively narrow but impressive band of snow with that. It's a miss for us. We'll get some high clouds on, kind of the north side of this that'll filter out the sun from time to time on Saturday, but still a pretty good-looking day Saturday. We'll get up to about 40 or so, still about 8 or 9 degrees below average, and then a bright and sunny day on Sunday. Probably not a cloud in the sky Sunday with a dry northeast wind and a high pressure up over New England. That's going to be a good-looking day, but again, cold start, frosty start. The afternoon, about 8 degrees below average, so at least it'll look nice outside. But again, pretty impressive, albeit fairly narrow swath of snow here. Could impact Cincinnati, Louisville, up to Indianapolis, Springfield, Illinois. Chicago might just be on the northern side of this. The trend's been a little farther south with some of the modeling today with regard to that quick-moving weekend system. All right, what about our weather as we go into next week? Here's a look at the GFS model ideas for next week. I think Monday is going to be a beautiful day. Let me fast forward. Here's Monday, dry flow, again with high pressure over New England. A cold start, but a better afternoon. We'll get up to about 50, about average finally on Monday. As we head towards midweek, we'll get into a southerly flow. That's finally going to get us above average for a few days. We're talking mid-50s. Tuesday, Wednesday, probably Thursday as well. The GFS is pretty aggressive with showers here on Tuesday. This is faster than the other modeling, probably too fast. considering what some of the other modeling has. But nonetheless, maybe late in the day, Tuesday into Tuesday night, parts of Wednesday, probably some showers around. And even though the GFS is dry next Thursday, some of the other modeling has some showers lingering into that day. But just in time for Easter weekend, next weekend, notice a little blue showing up on the map. For the final day of March, it may be cold enough for a few snow showers. And you're going to see the change in the air masses here as we look through the longer range. Here's our chilly air mass now. Finally, that slice of nice next week, that relatively narrow band of warmer than average temperatures really kicking in Tuesday into Wednesday. But the cold will be gathering once again up here across northern Canada. Look at the purples up here. Also cold in the western U.S. And all this is going to start oozing east and southeast. And I think it's going to be pretty chilly compared to average for the Easter holiday weekend. This is a look at next weekend right here. Saturday, here's Sunday. Our average high on the first day of April is in the low 50s, so this looks to me like probably a day in the low 40s for highs, as an early guesstimate. Too early to talk about precipitation, but it does not look warm on Easter. And after that, first week of April also looking chilly by early April standards. Will we bust out of that pattern eventually? Well, yeah, eventually we will. It's just a matter of when. Some of the indications are that it may be until mid-April until we start to get some true spring weather trying to make inroads in here. So patience is something we'll be preaching often. And, I've been asked a few times today, are we done with snow? I would not want to say that just yet because of that pattern I just showed you in April. In chilly patterns in April, it can snow around here. Usually it's not much, but it can happen. So I would not close the book on snow here at this point. Just too much cold air to come in the next couple of weeks. Thanks for checking out Weather for Weather Geeks tonight. Hope you have a great Thursday night, and hope you'll check out my update tonight on the TV side, 21 News at 11 o'clock.